Hi, welcome to Joanna's DIY Life. On this channel, I love to sew and do DIY home decor on a budget. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little country farmhouse wreath. And it's cute for spring and you can leave it up all year long. Now let's get crafty. Okay, so I have been asked to make one of these egg wreaths that everybody's making, and I said, okay, I can do this. This is going to be my way of doing it, okay? So I painted my eggs. The brown ones are chalk paints. This is hazelnut. I had a white Adirondack, I think is how you say it. It's how I say it. You say it how you say it. I say how I say it, okay? And then I've got an ivory. I really like the folk art chalk paint, but that's just me. But anyway, so I painted my eggs, and I did that by, there's a hole, so I painted that and then put them in a stick, and then, But at first, when I painted them, I will tell you, because the paint streaks so stinking bad that I used little daubers, and this is the eggs that I had, y'all. These are from the Dollar Tree. You can buy eggs anywhere, Dollar Tree, dollar store may have them. I know for a fact that Hobby Lobby does, but I use dabbers and dab paint on. That's all I done to these, and they came out, looking pretty good. And then these came out okay, but I had to really, I don't know what happened with these, but I had to use a brush the second time. I pounced them, though. The first coat of paint was pounced, okay? So that makes it easier. Now I've got the sign from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to peel this paper off, which may take me a good hot minute. And I do want to tell you that you can dry these faster by using a heat gun, but don't get too close, okay? They'll melt. Don't ask me how I know. Just know that I have 11 eggs and not 12, okay? So don't ask no questions. There you go. So I'm going to take this sign apart, take this off, and I'll be right back. You know what? I cannot get this off. I'm tired of fooling with it. So I'm just going to cover it, okay? And I'm going to try to salvage the back of this, all right? So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm trying to ease these staples up, the best I can. And this thing is awesome, to say the least. But anyway, I just, wanted to say that I am going to use this back. I'll probably have to fill these holes with wood filler before I paint. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to take this and fill these holes and get it ready to paint, okay? And then I'm going to cover the back. Y'all have to excuse me, I have to stand up. But while that plaque thing is drying where I filled it with wood putty, I always fill it more, I sand it off. It's going to be sanded off anyway because it was sticky, so before I paint that, we can go ahead and do this, all right? So what we're going to do is take our tags off. Duh. These are the square ones from the Dollar Tree. I had these in my stash, and I thought this would be cute to use. But my eggs do not fit in there like this. So I already bent that one. So I'm going to tell you what you got to do is bend these in just a little, And that will be how we're going to get our eggs in there. Now don't get hog wild with this, because you will break it. It'll break. It'll especially snap right here. So, just bend easy, okay? Bend easy. Now don't bend where you get them where, these aren't matching. I mean, we'll pull them together with zip ties. Okay, so what you want to do, from what I've seen, is you want to put moss in here. I'm not using moss. I'm using Excelsior grass. Okay? And the reason being is because See how it holds together better? So that's what we're going to use. And we're just going to spread it out because you don't want a lot. Plus this looks more like a nest to me. I'm just going to put a little in there, and we're going to do that all the way around this frame. Just little bits at a time, okay? Okay, I'm almost done. But I want to tell you, this does not have to be perfect. We can trim this later, but whose nest is perfect, okay? I mean, seriously. So now you're going to just lay your eggs in, okay? And I got to get my zip ties, y'all. Sometimes I'm not as prepared as I think I am. I've got all sizes, so I don't know which ones I'm going to use. I kind of wanted to use black so it would, you know, kind of cover things up, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. There's so much junk around me from projects that I don't know where to put nothing. So I'm just going to layer my eggs around here. And like I said, I only got 11, so I got to be, you know, sparing. I'm going to put a bow up at the top, so I don't really need an egg anywhere there. So I may have too many eggs. I don't know. Can you ever have too many eggs? I don't know that either. Okay, a white one. I'm trying to go even. Does that make sense? Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? That's so weird. I didn't mean to do that, but anyways, I'm just putting these random ways because, you know, it don't matter. It don't matter. They're in here. They're on here. Okay, so, yeah. Alright, now, put your top on there. Now's when you're going to need your zip ties. Let me get my cartons out of the way. I'm not throwing these away. I might use them. You never know. You never know. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to have to zip tie this to this. And I have some itty bitty black ones that I'm going to use. And all you're going to do is go up in your wires here. I'm trying not to get in the camera. Okay. I'm not going to pull down right now, okay? I'm not doing it yet. I am going to put these evenly around this thing. Wherever I put one, I'm going to put one on the opposite side too. And then, you know, you'll see when I'm done. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me put all these zip ties on, okay? So I'll show you where I put them when I'm done. Might would know my husband would be home when I started it back up. Okay, so I have them here. I probably need to put one here. And then I have them here and here. Two down here, and I'm fixing to tighten all these up. And I'm so sorry about my dog. She's so crazy. Okay, now I'm going to snip all the edges, but when you snip them, make sure you don't snip them too close. And you want to slide, turn them until they point to the inside so you don't get any, you know, any scratches or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this Excelsior and I am going to, you know, maneuver it. And I'm going to poke it in between now. You know, before it was kind of hard, but I'm just going to poke it in here. And it's probably not going to go nowhere. If you want to tack it, you can put a little bit of glue and then poke it in. Be sure you don't burn your fingers. And then you know that these two will be attached and they're not going to go anywhere. You see what I'm saying? So it's just maneuvering this down in around your wreath and just filling it in, okay? Okay, I think I'm done. So I'm going to tip it over and I'm going to shake it off and shake all this off. Now you notice I left this because that's where my bow is going to go, okay? Okay, I just want to show you, if you don't have one of these and you have this mat, you definitely need one of these or a vacuum because this stuff sticks. to this mat like glue. And this works wonders, y'all, to get it off. Look at this. I love this thing. Okay, just know that my camera is over here, but I'm going to be working on the side. I've rearranged my room. Y'all, I'm going to be honest once more. When I got this done and was taking my pictures, editing the video and everything, I realized after I took my last picture and looked down that I forgot the chicken wire. I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with my stinking brain? So I took the bow and everything off. There is a bow on this. This is going to be spliced in, so you'll know there's going to be a bow and a thing on it. But anyway, you don't need anything to put this on because it bends. So I'm just going to bend it around this wire. But I got to cut this tag off. So all I'm going to do is take this. This is the front of my wreath. And I am going to pinch this right up here, okay? I'm going to start in the middle because it will be easier to wrap that way, or on the end, not the middle per se. But just wrap it, okay? Then all you're going to do is take your chicken wire, and I got this at Hobby Lobby. It's chicken wire ribbon, okay? And it came from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to wrap it around my wreath, okay? I most have a round wreath. I have a square wreath, so you got to maneuver around the corner, okay? So I'm trying not to bump my mic like I just did. Okay, now I'm going to go back around this way since this is the front. Okay, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I just went around that right there, and then I'm just going to go right around. You know, it really don't matter. We can bend that down and hide that, and there you go. So I just want to add, don't wrap too tight and too close because you will run out of wire. Me, on the square wreath, 1 full spool of the ribbon, or the wire ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and I am just going to squish my corners and mash it all down. And when I got done, I just, you know, tucked it in where it needed to go, and I think this looks good. And y'all don't forget to clean this out when you use it, because don't ask me how I know. I just saw smoke one day. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so I am going to sand my filler, and then I am going to put this on the back of this with, of course, my glue stick. So I got it glued down, and while it's drying, I'm just going to turn it over and paint this side. So I'm going to give it probably 1 coat, maybe 2, because of this chalk paint. This is Home Decor, and it's cottage white. So now I'm just taking my walnut stain, and I'm taking my brush from the Dollar Tree, and I am just going in one direction to distress this, just because that's what I like. Now if you don't distress it, okay? It's yours. Do what you want. This is just what I like. I am just going to trim this paper off. Now you want to make sure this front is completely dry before we move on to the next step. So I'm going to use my heat gun, and I'm going to dry this. So I'm thinking at this point it's dry. So I have a decal that should fit this perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to use my transfer tape that I like. And I am going to, let me get my other mat. My husband is listening to me in the living room and it makes me nervous. He said I'm reading, but it makes me nervous. Oops. That's why you don't go down. You have to go to the side. And I, for one, forgot. Make sure when you put this on, you don't have wrinkles in it like I do. And this is, oh my gosh, Caesar, I think it's called. I get it at Michael's, and so far, I love it. So now I'm going to take my sign, and I'm going to pray this fits. Look, I don't even have to burnish the back most of the time. Love this stuff. This is a perfect fit. Whew, Lord have mercy. I want to get it straight, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, y'all seeing me in the real right here. I'm just gonna stick it down and pray. Okay, it looks decent. Whew. I about broke out in a sweat, y'all. Burnish it down real good. This is why it has to be extremely dry, because this will peel right back off of a damp surface. So I'm hoping I got this dry. Push down, peel back. Woo. It's looking good, but that ain't saying I'm done yet. Oh, my nugget stayed. Yay! All right, now I'm gonna put this down. Now this is gonna attach somewhere right in here, and I think I want it crooked. I'm not sure. So this bow, I want pretty wide. That may be too wide. I don't know. I like big bows, and I cannot lie. So I'm going to do one. So I'm going to use this to measure this. I want this as long as this. You want two of these. Okay, get off my glue. There's one. Now I'm just going to I'm going to clip it. I don't want it to move. Okay. Now here's the other. Make sure they're even. Put this one right on top of this one like this. And smoosh them together. Like that. Okay? Now, you want to hold this together. And I want a small tail, not a big one. I want one of these. Take your ends, put them together, fold them in the middle, cut from the inside to the outside. And there's your tail. Do the same for the burlap or what other ribbon you use. Or just the one ribbon if you don't use two. Okay, now take this, find the middle of this, and smush that up in there. We got a lot of smushing going on. Now, I want to hold this like that right there. So I'm going to do the same thing to this ribbon. Alright, now you got this. Slide it on top of this one. Pull it off. Take your zip tie and go right around it. Oh, I gotta put it on the wreath. Oh, I need another zip tie in it. Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. You zip tie one in the zip tie. Make sure you have it going the right way. I don't need that big of a zip tie there. Make sure I'm all right back here. Okay. Turn everything before you tighten it tight, okay? Make sure everything is good. You want that tight because you don't want this to go nowhere. Now, all I'm going to do is cut this zip tie. Then I'm going to zip tie this to my frame. Lord, I got 2 zip ties in there. What am I even doing with myself? Let me take this one out. Y'all seen me do that. I know you did. Good grief. Okay. All right. Turn it over, stand up, and flip your bow. Now I gotta hide all the zip ties, so oh, this is easier than what it looks, honestly. It's because I'm on camera, I promise. Okay. Just fluff your tails. Just running in between your fingers, okay? And there is your bow. I probably am gonna make a little chicken. I might put a little chicken in there. I'm not sure. Okay? A little chick. Okay, so I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I did zip ties on here and I cut that part out. That won't work. You live and learn, okay? So, do what I do now. So you want these this way, so you're gonna glue this down. Okay? I'm gonna cover up my mess here. And it don't matter what pipe cleaners you use, pipe cleaners are best for this, okay? Now, I'm gonna staple them in. I got glue all over my stapler. Comes right off though, but anyway. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go across here, okay? And glue one strip on each side, 2 strips on each side, 1 strip on each side. Okay, now I'm gonna put this on here, crooked, okay? I want it crooked, just like this right here. Now this is gonna come down, but I'm gonna fluff it up so it doesn't, or I'll cut them off, you know, I don't care, it don't matter. So you want to make sure you go down in this one, so it's covered, and down in, you know, middle to middle. Let me flip it, and I'll figure out where I'm going with it. Okay, I want this one right here. Just pull your pipe cleaner up and twist tight. This can be cut off, it doesn't matter. Then bring this one up where you want it. I want it right there. Just want it catty cornered just a little. Make sure that you get these tight. And when you get them tight, snip them off. These won't be seen, they're behind it. You can use whatever color pipe cleaner you want. It's just what I could get a hold of. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, now, what am I going to do with this? Let me see something. Okay, so to help cover this up, I'm going to make a different bow this time. And I'm not going to make no tails. I'm not going to make any tails. Not going to make any whatever. So I want it about that big. So what you're going to do is, you're going to do this, but you're going to take this and turn it. You know, just a little. Then I want it bigger. Let's put these together. I'm not taking these apart, okay? And I'm not going a big deal, just a little. Then take this one. It's going this way, pull it this way. Go over. Make sure your loops are about the same. This is wired ribbon. And then take it and go over again. About the same size. Make sure you don't lose this piece right here. Okay? Now take this one and go over just a little. You see, I'm not wanting to keep them together, but I don't want them that far apart either. Okay, and I want one more. All right. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now for this one, I'm not using a zip tie. I actually am going to use You can use thread. I am using dental floss, of course, and I'm going to tie this. You want to get them all flurried out, you know what I'm saying? Alright, that'll work. This is going to be big enough to hide this, hopefully. I have a clip. Right here it is. Oh, darn it. Always something falling with me, y'all. Always. My fingers are disgusting. Sorry. Life of a crafter. Don't you know? I'm just going to go up through the middle, make sure I catch all these layers here. Going up through the middle, back down, through there somewhere, and then wrap around twice, and then start scrunching it in. And there you go. Can't get no easier than that, y'all. Always tie that. Trust me, it'll make you mad if you don't the next time you grab it. Okay, so now we're done with this. Now I want to glue it kind of up here, see, to kind of hide all that. So all I'm going to do is put glue on this. Pretty good amount. Watch your fingers and smush that down where you want it. And just hold it. See, it covered most of that, okay? Now I've got this chick from a wood cutout from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to leave it just like it is and glue it right there, okay? That's just, that's what I want to do to cover up that center, and that's what I'm going to do. Right there. Now, I really got to fluff this bow. There it is. There's my Farm Fresh butt nugget wreath right there. This is what the finished result looks like, and I absolutely adore it. It is so cute. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel to become part of my YouTube family, and ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video so you don't miss anything. And remember, you are a blessing. Until next time, goodbye.